Well, to protect a loved one, putting assets in a trust can prevent them from mismanaging an inheritance, becoming vulnerable to financial risks like creditors and divorce, or losing vital government benefits. And joining us in the studio to talk more about all of this is Vincent J. Russo with another segment of In the Legal Know. Vincent, thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure to be here. And I'm glad we're focusing in on this really important topic about how we leave assets in the most protective way for loved ones.
Yeah, it's super important. So let's start kind of with the basics. What is a safe trust?
Okay, a safe trust. Simply stated, a safe trust is a legal document, and I think we have a slide on this, that protects assets for the benefit of a loved one. So a safe trust, safeguard assets for your family exclusively. I was involved with a group of attorneys that came up with this concept, and there's a book, Why Wills Don't Work by Armin Budish, that really covers this topic in detail. So a safe trust, it can be revocable or irrevocable. It can be set up while you're alive or under a will, or you can have it as a subtrust under a trust. So there are a lot of different ways you can create one. But bottom line, it's a trust to protect your loved one instead of leaving assets outright, which places those assets in a vulnerable position.
All right, you said something very interesting, like a will is not the best thing. But all right, so why do you think setting up a safe trust? Why should we consider that? And how does it benefit me or say my loved ones and everything?
Yeah, so I think it comes down to thinking about the concerns that we all have when we want to leave assets for a loved one, and we have these concerns. So, what are these concerns? I'll highlight some of them. It's the next slide that we have. And so you may be concerned that your child is in a bad marriage, and those assets, if you leave them to the child, will end up in a divorce proceeding. Or the child has creditor problems. And so if you leave assets, then the creditors can grab those assets. Perhaps the child doesn't manage finances very well. And this is an adult child, or it could be a grandchild we could be talking about. What happens if a loved one has special needs? How do you leave those assets in the most protective way and access government benefits? If you want to leave assets for your grandchildren, let's say to pay for college, then that's another area where how do you leave it in the most protective way?
Are there any kind of like key indicators for when we actually need the safe trust?
Yes, there are a number of key indicators. And so we can look at personal issues. What happens if your loved one has a drug problem or a gambling problem? Do you really want to leave assets directly to them and have them wasted or spent in a way they shouldn't be? Or they're a spendthrift. If they have the money, they're going to spend it. An indicator would be a child who's always in credit card debt. Do you want to leave assets to that child outright and have those monies spent down real quickly? What happens if the child has a health problem? Maybe they want to access government benefits. If you leave it outright, you lose that government benefit for the child. But if you put it in a safe trust, it's protected. And then remarriage. So if a child remarriages, there are children maybe from a first marriage, children from a second marriage, there may be stepchildren. And so if you want to leave assets to those family members, how do you do it to make sure that they actually receive the assets and that they'll be managed in a proper way?
And now are there different types of safe trusts?
Yes. So we can slice and dice it. I mean, there are so many different types of safe trusts, and it really comes down to what is your purpose? What are you trying to achieve here? So a family protection safe trust, that's the standard one. That's the one dealing with bad marriages, creditor problems, and the like. But there are others. There could be a safe trust for debt tax protection. That's to save estate taxes. Or retirement funds, where you want to stretch the IRA payments out over a period of time for a family member. It could be Medicaid protection. Someone that needs long-term care, and so you have a safe trust that provides Medicaid protection. A dynasty trust, you want to leave it to multiple generations. You want your assets to create a legacy. A gifting trust, where you gift money to a trust for a child, but you don't want to do it outright, you want to do it protective. managed trust. Here you're worried about their ability to properly manage their assets. And special needs. Clearly, if you have a family member with special needs, you don't want to leave those assets outright to them. You want it in a safe trust.
Well, so and the bottom line is that you really need someone like yourself, with legal experience to sit down, kind of walk you through all this, right? And
yeah, I mean, I would suggest that you're not going to go this alone. One size does not fit all. Everybody's situation is different. Understanding what your objectives are, and then figuring out the right planning strategy and the tool, which is the safe trust. So an experienced estate planner, elder law attorney, special needs attorney can play that role and really make a difference in the lives of those family members.
All right, I'm going to give you a chance now. Plug where they can learn, contact you as well.
Okay, sure. We're always a resource, and we have complimentary guides you can download. Information on safe trusts at vjrussolaw.com. Or you can always call us at 516-683-1717. Don't call me Vinny.
All right, there we go. Is that a Colleen? I saw Colleen in there have a moment.
I see Colleen in the studio. That was my...
All right. Well, we appreciate your time, always, informing us about important things. Vincent, thank you.